Check all the IDs. No grooming allowed. Check all the IDs. No grooming allowed.
the charioteer of the east, Lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. listening to one thing and I got lost. Could somebody reset the room for me so I can catch up? Because I don't know. I'm lost a little bit.
Information. Talking about new age, bro.
I got something to say as far as the technology is concerned. Motherfucking understanding of how the mind. I've been encouraging everybody to get into the vibe coding to get what you want from them. Understanding AI better. No bullshit, not a lot. AI agents creating these relationships.
I'm talking about in the context of like the overall in terms of the charges. What you need to show me or demonstrate to me necessarily the charge of harassment.
Quite a few of you have actually been doing. I know Michelle has said some stuff, and I think it's been about 3 or 4 different people I've heard say some. RJ is making money from it. It's a few that are making bread from it, and I think Umar, I know, is making bread. So we gotta really start grabbing a hold of this thing and allowing it to get real comfortable. And I like Kimberly. Kimberly's another one. I know she's making bread from it. I think maybe even Erica might be making some money from the AI. But I think it's something that we gotta really grab a hold of, get real comfortable with, and let these Anglo-Saxons almost do what they do, and we need to be oblivious in a way. But then there's another side to that. I think we need to be encouraging more engineering from a perspective of building these drones. The other day, where they were talking about how the Ukrainians have made 7 million drones, and that's the main way they've been kicking the Russians' ass is with them drones. And so I just think it's something that we should understand how that technology works, how to build these things. This is stuff that, it's a printer and mechanisms. And, I can't say how to build it because I don't know how to build them. But I think our children should understand the technology and how to build them because it could be a game changer in the future for them. So, let's get into our prompting, let's get into our engineering. It's always good works, but there'll be to see black engineers, computer science, and black engineers coming out. That's what I'll land right there. I'll put it right there just to throw a little chum in the water, see if we can get the convo started off that.
what's your favorite one that you like to use? Is I fuck with Claude. Claude is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when I need to go into battle from a business, Claude. I got conversations with him where I just go back to the conversation just like I guess y'all do too, and we just start right back off. If I need contracts done, this, that, blah, blah, and he gets right back on it. So I don't talk to mine every day. I only use mine I use mine more like an attorney. You know what I'm saying? But which one you fuck with, Joe?
Since we're being honest, I got Brock on my shit, but I use it for like different scenarios. I use it for different scenarios because I know one thing, how I think. I just know it goes into a database and collect data about certain shit. And so that's just being lazy for the most part. But I actually, I mean, you can use words. Everything has got a value, got some type of work to it. But
So you use AI, but you're against it.
No. What I'm saying is, I know what it does to people. It doesn't affect me. I don't need it. I really don't. I barely use it. I delete it and download it often, very often. So it's not something that's embedded in my life. Because even most of all the information, most of the information I gather, man, it comes from me literally just sitting and thinking. And I might run across certain shit. Some shit might run across me. Just browsing, whatever the case is. But for the most part, bro, I get a lot of my shit just sit thinking. Just sit there thinking. I do this all time. A lot of times
You haven't figured out a way to incorporate it into your daily business or anything like that. You haven't figured out. Well, I mean, it'll come to you. Like I said, I don't fuck with my shit on a daily.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't
Work with a shit.
Not saying that. I just don't.
I'm not like that.
I don't fuck with it on that level. I'm not intrigued by that shit. That's not something that I'm intrigued by. It's more scary.
It's not so much about it being intrigued by it. You understand? It's more of a. I mean, it's what a need is. It's the tool. Like I said, the vibe coding is real good to know. You know what I mean? And look up that. What vibe coding is, it's basically a breakdown of the way that you would kind of prompt it to make the moves you wanted to make. But once you got a certain amount of shit in a conversation with it, you just gonna end up just keep going back to that conversation, whatever that is. But like I say, I know people who use the shit like a therapist or something, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me to use it like that. But I know people who have a real relationship with it.
I was around this girl one time, bro. I was just random people, but I was around this girl one time in my crib, and she gets to.
And she was ugly.
The AI or the girl? Which one was ugly?
I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, this bitch, I said bitch, excuse my language. This girl, every few 10, 20 minutes, she goes to asking this AI something.
Yeah.
AI something like, AI, my day was something.
Right. Yeah, they'll use it like a companion and shit like that.
But I'm like, bitch, you crazy?
Real talk. Hey, so now, but
What's wrong with being in the metaverse?
hey, you know what? For me, I love somebody in the metaverse. That's where my paper's at in the metaverse. Really, I can't wait to get done with this truck and get straight meta. I want to be straight meta, but at the same time, I think
Straight
that
what the fuck does that mean?
He want that shit in his head. He
all
want that
my
shit in
money.
his head. That Neuralink.
Now I want all my bread coming from Meta. You feel me? Just
I want your bread coming from Meta.
He want to stay up there.
I said, I'm sorry. I apologize. What you say?
He want to
How's
stay
your
up there.
bread coming from Meta?
Well, I can't get into that. That's proprietary, baby. I can't get all into my personal goings and comings on my bread, baby. I just say that's how.
See what I mean,
It's
Melissa?
some proprietary type shit, baby.
It's the other way
You're
around.
putting it in the
Love.
motherfucking chat and taking the motherfucking over. Hello, how is everybody doing today?
What the fuck is that? What's up? Yeah, nah. But that's what I'm saying. I at some point, it'll all be meta, but and the bread will be better. The bread is better when it's meta. You feel me? That was like a
Your fat ass just came over
that
there.
was a bar. That was a bar for you. The bread's better when it's meta.
Nigga, that was a sneaker bar.
That's not really how it works, though.
Somebody that was a bar. That was a sneaker
More
bar.
cheesy, more cheddar. Bread's better when it's meta.
The bread being listen, the bread being meta though, you're either a content creator. That's the thing. The people who are making the most money off of Meta are paying. Okay. They're paying Meta to run advertisements and do marketing. They're not getting paid from it.
I hear you, and it's good to hear those ideas and that psychology. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage it. I want to see black people. I want black people to be free.
Encourage the psychology. That's what we want to do.
Yeah. So I want my black people to. So Melissa, are you doing any matter? You in any matter right now?
Well, when you that's the way you phrasing it is cracking me the fuck up.
The metal.
No, don't get him to say that.
You know, Scotty.
Well, no, now Peter, I'm surprised at you. This is Trump's team. You know, Trump likes the Knicks. He loves the Knicks. You didn't know that?
There are a lot of political companies first. The Knicks.
Oh, you wanted the Spurs to win.
Such a fan.
Wait a minute. He said he wanted the Spurs to win. You wanted the Spurs to win?
Oh, the Spurs.
Wait a minute. He said, wait. Did you just say that they were going to win? I can't hear you. Say that again.
I'm not sure which match they are playing. Who with who? Because I'm not actively pursuing the news.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's over. They won. They won on Saturday.
So let me just
Peter,
You don't understand, y'all. He only understands me.
No, he's gonna understand me because Peter. Wait, brother, let me just say this, and you can try, and then it can be 12 minutes on you. Let me just say this, Peter. Here's how you can relate. The Knicks haven't won in 53 years, but we won. We won on Saturday, so I just want to let you know. So you can
He said, Alhamdulillah. Oh, congrats. I'm sorry.
That was real.
I just want you to know, Peter, how much of a Knicks fan.
MashaAllah.
Trump risked his life.
He lost us the game.
Humiliation.
Hey, Allah.
To go.
This is not a winning lane,
to go watch the team in person. He loves this team.
Peter said he don't care. He said he doesn't care.
And the owner of the team welcomed him, embraced him like a brother.
Wait, are we gonna be fair and mention the? Wait, hold on. No, Peter, you need the full story.
He said he don't want to hear it. He said you guys are emotional about this.
I'm not emotional.
That's what he said.
I'm actually non-emotional. I'm non-emotional.
You mentioned the 53 years. Nothing. I'm saying this completely dispassionate.
I'm going to say this as somebody totally dispassionate on this. I'm not even a Knicks fan. There is a president who has been booed louder at his supposed home, which he doesn't live in anymore, rooting for that team. He was booed so much that the TV station had to censor it.
So there you go. Now you have the floor.
One moment, please. To add us OD and to Igor, I'm gonna call y'all fake. Y'all let Peter get in front of these people and say that the French team was better 20 years ago when Kylian Mbappe became the all-time goal scorer for France today and also has done many a great things such as win a World Cup in 2022. No. Whenever they played in Qatar, wait, no, it wasn't Qatar. When they played in Russia, 2018. He won in 2018, and he almost won in 2022. If it wasn't for those goddamn pesky penalties and the rest of that goddamn French team, who was a bunch of bums that year and didn't do shit, and made that boy put all them damn points on the board by himself.
Brad.
Yeah, you think I don't understand, Brit, that I actually don't understand shit what Peter is saying. So this is the news what you said.
Well,
Yeah,
I understand now. I understand now. He probably sounds like Charlie Brown to you.
Oh my God. That's insane. Britt, are you there?
Yes, Brother Messi, I am here.
Okay. Hope you're doing well. I just want to remind you that if you keep screaming while your voice is trying to recover, it will in fact never recover. No.
Listen, Brother Messi, my voice, it has its moments
Your
during the
voice
day.
sounds worse today than it did
It
yesterday.
doesn't.
It sounds beautiful. Thank you.
It's because of the headphones, okay? It doesn't sound as bad as it did yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And that's mainly because I keep trying to talk at my normal tempo. If I talk a little higher, it's fine. So, there's that.
Glad you're still out there, fighting the good fight.
Exactly. Me and these 3 children in this trench coat, okay?
I saw this PCR. I was like, I know that's not. That was Brit 10 years ago. That was Brit 15 years ago. She's like, no, this is me. Like, don't you have a chaperone, man? Like, legally able to drive in Texas?
The better question is, can I reach the foot pedals unassisted? The answer is yes, but still.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, Britt, you sound really tall though.
In your
Exactly.
she's not.
Exactly.
What's going on?
You're not tall?
No, I'm 5'3".
No.
Oh, you lying.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you and John Neese have definitely taken. Oh, I thought y'all was tall.
And Brother Messi, I wanted a Mini Cooper. My family, my grandmother would never let me have one. Okay? But I drive a Jeep, so shows you how. Okay? Thank you.
Not you gotta hop up.
Not too much, okay?
That's all short people. Not use all your strength to get in the car.
PT, you part of the short crowd too?
I'm 5'5", but I thought I was average. I didn't think I was short. Until one day one of my coworkers said that she always knew it was me coming in the door because she couldn't see me. She just saw the door open. And I said, what? And then I was like, oh my God. And then I realized I was short. But I never knew.
Oh, not the Lollipop Guild has a new member. Oh, Lord.
That's
My
cute.
non-existent wife is 5'3.5", so I know that's short. Oh my God.
Brother, I take offense at you sitting up here saying I have to jump into my car. My Jeep is not lifted, so I'm not jumping. Thank you very much.
Not that was a feature. That was a selling feature. She's like, okay, I can do this one. I can't do that one. It's too high. Oh God. Just calls me happy. Call me happy.
Alef said 5'5" is not short because he's 5'4".
5'5" short.
I'm just telling you what I love said.
Did you see what Roger said? That's hilarious.
I agree, Roger.
Everybody, I don't like to speak. I just listen. Thank you so much.
DNA.
You know, and the wild thing is, when I look to see who could possibly
Jerry, how you get down there?
his first lady like 95% of the time.
What I do? He's
The
home.
way you're framing people onto that is
Hey, what?
like always first lady. You're framing everybody.
Gold diggers.
There you go. That's fabulous. I just want to know why is gold digger a bad thing? That's what I want to know.
You know, a lot of gold diggers being around.
Are you bored at home? Where are you from, Sasson? You need some attention. Let me give you some attention. Where are you from, Sasson?
I live in Tehran, capital of Iran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're in Tehran.
Yeah, Tehran City.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you okay with the MOU?
What?
The MOU.
I don't know. What's that? Maybe explain?
No, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, not unless you want to explain it to him, Igor.
No, it's a memorandum of understanding, so with the United States.
I can speak a lot of words of American. It's so beautiful language. I can't speak like American. I try to listen and learn. My English not so well. I'm really sorry.
Oh, so you don't understand English, but you understand gold digger.
Yes, he can speak that very well. It was
So
good
you
as
go
well.
around asking how to speak like slang or something? Is that what it is? So then you want to come in here and practice your slang?
Yeah, I love the American accent.
Oh, you speak Hollywood, right? You speak Hollywood.
I tell you, I mean, he could say gold digger better than any other person.
Exactly.
Percentages there. You can't fight the force. That's
That is concrete.
I'm just.
Yeah, I'm giving you an answer. I'm saying you could go the route of saying they don't exist at all, in the sense that they don't have ontology. But if you're demanding that they have ontology, then okay, let's just say they're abstract objects.
Okay, but do you believe abstract? Okay, sure.
No, I'm not even a theist.
Okay, but so if abstract objects exist and they have an ontological quality, right? And so I'm asking,
Yeah, sure.
if God cannot change the ontological quality, like if it's good or 2 + 2 or whatever, then I agree. Okay, fine. Let's go with your argument that.
Yeah, why is it a threat with omnipotent?
If you keep interrupting me, it's very hard to keep the train of thought. I'm trying to get to the end of the sentence so I can make my argument. Okay, so if you already said that like in the world that you're creating, the omnipotence, God does not need to be omnipotent because he doesn't have to have the power to change what is metaphysically necessary. That is your argument. I'm now asking you, if that's true.
It's not my argument.
That is not your argument now?
I never said he doesn't need to be omnipotent. Right?
omnipotent in the general, in the way that everybody else but you uses the word omnipotent.
No, I just went through and I explained how we could just be modal monists and say metaphysical modality is broad logical possibility. And so, okay, fine, he can do anything that's broadly logically possible, right? Which means that he cannot violate conceptual truths. That's what that means.
Yes, but who created the conceptual truth is my
They're
question.
uncreated. They're not created.
But so then if God did not create them, so God did not create this part of the universe.
They're abstract objects. They're not concrete objects.
But they're still objects, and they were created.
Yeah, but when you say universe, what does that mean?
Everything that exists.
I think the universe includes God, so God obviously didn't create the universe because he didn't create himself.
And there were.
I have a question.
This is.
If you're saying the universe is everything that exists, then obviously, yeah, it would include God, right?
To me, maybe we just have different ideas of what God means. To me.
No, we have different ideas about what universe means.
Alright, maybe that too. But if God is, do you believe God created the universe or no?
No, I'm an atheist.
Alright, so then why are we okay? But under your conception of God, do you think? I mean, to me,
I can defend it better than most of the actual theists can. So no.
Okay, so if the concept of God means that He created everything that exists, do you not believe that this is the concept of God?
No, I mean he didn't create himself. He exists, so that can't be the right concept.
He didn't create himself because he's eternal, and so does the.
However, entered the family line.
Saying that the abstract objects are also eternal. Right? But they're abstract.
The way we see you dressed, is it awkward or embarrassing for you?
It is. It's awkward and embarrassing. Because I'm absolutely.
Yeah, if we're taking the model where we're going down the tree of saying God commanded because it's good and then we're saying omnipotence means God can do anything that's broadly logically possible. And we're understanding, if we had a statement like the good exists or X is some huge subjunction of whatever the good exists, if that's just a conceptual term, okay, so it's broadly logically necessary. I think we
So there I am
and
as
God
a lawyer.
can't change it because he can't change broad logical necessities, but that doesn't threaten his omnipotence because he can still change all the things that are broadly logically possible, to change. These things are broadly logically necessary, so there's no broadly logical possible world where they're different, right? And it's like he can still be omnipotent, okay? I mean, this is why, this isn't what the Euthyphro dilemma is about, because originally it was you said that the Euthyphro dilemma was an argument against theism. And I was like, no, it's an argument against divine command.
No. I was asked, why don't you believe in God? And I said, the Euthyphro problem. I didn't say that the Euthyphro problem is the all-in-all argument that defeats the existence of God. It was a personal question, and I answered in a personal manner. When I read the Euthyphro problem, I was like, oh, this is great, and that was it. I mean, it's not like I believed in God anyways before, but I thought that was a really interesting argument that defeats the notions of God that people come up with, that they can do anything, that it knows it all, blah blah blah.
You see how the whole point you were making was that if he can't change the good, then he's not omnipotent. And I'm saying no, it could be that he can't change the good, but he's still omnipotent. Yeah. I mean, by your definition, by your limited definition of omnipotence, then it's not omni anymore. No,
but
I expanded it to just say he can do anything that's broadly logically possible.
Which is not extended; it's actually narrowing it.
From what?
From omnipotence.
Right. So using omnipotence requires that he can instantiate contradictions and stuff, right? Is that what you're saying?
That would be omnipotent, yes.
Yeah, but
he can lift a rock heavier than
but you're starting from a concept of omnipotence that is already incoherent. That's what it seems like. You're just assuming a concept of omnipotence. Yeah, but then why even use all this Euthyphro stuff? Because it seems like you just think the concept of omnipotence is incoherent. Like, I don't. Like, you think that omnipotence just. You think that. You think.
I'm saying God.
No. But no, but you are saying that though, because like part of your definition of omnipotence is that it makes contradictions possible. You know, like that's what you're saying it is.
I'm saying that.
Well, why is it incoherent to say God can express circles? Why is that incoherent?
Strict definition.
If you say you know, something entails that P and not P is possible, right? Then it's incoherent.
But I mean, you're making my argument.
I mean, the idea is
saying that you cannot
you just say
I am in some sense making your argument, right? I'm saying like
all our categories of logic and everything, math, and he's just is beyond these things, and
yeah, I guess the idea is that
it doesn't seem incoherent.
It is incoherent.
It's incoherent.
It's incoherent in the sense that
it's possible.
Yeah, it's incoherent in the standard sense anyway. I mean, I don't know what else we mean by incoherent.
I guess it's not incoherent in the sense that
It doesn't cohere.
It does cohere. It's just he just is.
No, because it results in
Here in the sense that it's a contradiction.
Like it basically just says like if there's an omnipotent being, then the law of non-contradiction is false.
Yeah.
At the very least, like now, like you could have like a paraconsistent solution to that or something, right? But it actually gets tricky with this because, again, I think it puts your modality there. It just has there's nothing that's necessary, right?
Yeah.
It's an unbounded modality, so like every statement is so. Anytime you put the diamond out front of an expression, it's true, right?
Okay.
And then you just like don't have a logic at that point. Like I don't know. It just seems completely crazy.
It seems strange, but it doesn't seem like it's like a incoherent thought. I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean by incoherent?
It's literal gibberish. Then yes, it's not literal gibberish, but it's incoherent in the sense that it's contradictory.
Right. Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's gibberish either. Like I'm just saying, if it were gibberish,
A contradiction is by definition not gibberish, right? Because it has to have propositional content.
Yeah, like if it were gibberish, I wouldn't be able to say all this stuff I'm saying about it.
I'm saying something more than it's more than just it's not. I'm not saying it's gibberish. I'm saying that like there's a real sense in which there could be a being that transcends logic, transcends like math, transcends everything. That like these are like laws that apply in all of these. Like,
Well, what is the could then? What modality is the could?
I don't know.
It's the transcendent modality.
Yeah, again, it's like transcendent. I've thought a lot about this actually, because I think it's an interesting question of what happens when you have an unrestricted modality, right? Because like basically a modality is defined by what you hold as necessary, at least as far as I'm concerned. That's the best way to think of it.
Modality.
If you're just talking about a modality that's like I would just say it's like a trivialist modality where everything's possible, right? It's not very useful, and it's not clear how you go from that back down to a useful modality. You know, it's just like why would we define our concepts in relation to that?
Yes, epistemic modality, man. Well, Deepak, you just hold your horse, so I'm going to have to mute you, because there's no such thing as mod abuse. Now, I just wanted to say...
One question, though. It's more of a rhetorical question.
Andrew, assert your authority right now.
Yeah, stop your nonsense right now, Deepak.
Assert your authority, Andrew.
I just want...
Andrew, just do it. Well, look, it's just a rhetorical question. I don't need a response, and ideally Mark would be here to hear it, right? But he's not. So I'll just say this: like, what if God created the universe? Oh, great. If God created the universe, then why is there?
Okay, thank you. Well, Jorge, how is Rodriguez doing? I haven't seen Rodrigo. Sorry, I haven't seen him in a while. Jorge.
Sorry,
Are you there?
what were you saying?
Oh, I said, how's Rodrigo doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Rodrigo is in the audience. I haven't spoken to him.
Oh, well, that's Rodrigo. Come up here, you crazy old you.
But Andrew, I think you should.
Yeah, now look, let me just say something. Sully is very kind of like he does this thing, like he makes us feel like you.
Did you
No, but me. Stop. No, I said you.
Definitely did.
I heard it too.
Wait. Here's the thing, Sully. Are you saying you don't have the utmost respect, intellectual respect for my friend Rodrigo?
Sorry, brother.
No, I didn't say anything like that.
Sorry, friend.
Okay, watch your mouth. Okay, Jorge, does
I actually do respect Rodrigo. I just find him
I
like
do
boring.
not.
Okay.
But he's a smart guy. He's smart and like an interesting fellow. He puts me to sleep a bit.
Well, yeah, he's auditioning for the app Calm. He's
a lot of people in Destroyer has this effect on a lot of people. I actually don't find Destroyer boring, but like most people do. But
dude, I tried watching.
He is boring.
Fucking debate between him and Adelstein, and I was like 10 minutes in.
But like Destroyer is like my philosophy guru, dude. Like
yeah, I get it. He's
like Destroyer was the person who like really like kind of took me under his wing and like showed me some of the wizard word ropes.
I get it.
And
listen,
you should ask Jorge more questions about God.
I'm trying to.
A beloved guest of
Jorge, my brother, does God exist?
I think you were on a call when I said
Of course God exists.
No, that was Jorge.
Thank you, David Bobs.
Jorge does, and by the way, welcome Ned. But Jorge, does God exist? My brother.
No, I answered no earlier.
Wow.
Okay, can I do it this way? Hold on, beef. Fish you, beef.
Assert your authority, Andrew.
Hold on. Jorge, have you ever heard of the guy on this app? Or, well, he's not, I guess he is still on here. He doesn't really he doesn't hang out too much, but he goes by the name of Darth Dawkins.
No, that's funny.
Okay. It is funny, like Darth Vader and Richard Dawkins. But anyway, he's a Christian, well, a professed Christian anyway. He doesn't act very Christ-like a lot of times. But that being said, one of his questions to atheists, which I kind of love to, it's like his.
God exists because.
Hey, watch it, Piper! Don't you dare steal my thunder, Piper! I will exert my authority. Assert it.
It's your thoughts, okay? Like,
Shut up, Deepak.
Andrew,
Okay.
assert your authority over Deepak
Yeah.
right now.
Be quiet. So hold on. But Jorge, Darth Dawkins says this to the atheists, and it's a signature question. But he says, God does not exist because, and that's the question I have for you.
Okay. My reasons is more the opposite. I mean, like, what are the reasons that I should believe in something that I don't see?
Oh, the old burden shifteroo.
Don't answer a question with a question.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me respond to it, David. You are right, David. So I won't move you down for that. But please keep your submissions, interjections minimal right now. So Jorge, I do want to say that I don't find that response to be very satisfying. Because the thing is, it's like saying, well, look, I don't have any reason to think that it does exist, so therefore it doesn't exist. And I don't know if that's right? That's not right. Right?
Well, it's the idea that I should believe in something because I'm told that it exists.
Oh, no.
So, but you're saying now, why should I evaluate as a grown-up whether God exists or not? And
yeah, it's a grown-up question.
Yeah. I mean, like I'll answer it both without. For a while, I did believe.
Okay.
I did a lot of hallucinogenics, and I asked the question. I literally asked the question several times.
What kind of hallucinogenic?
I asked I wanted to know if there's God. I did send in the answer. Right? What do I do? I pray to you, etc., etc. And the answer, like all my friends that was journeying with doing psychedelics were.
What was this like?
Sorry, shut the fuck up.
I just want to know what's funny about psychedelics.
Yeah, it was ayahuasca on that occasion.
Oh, okay.
And so these people, they were like, no, like obviously there's something wrong. You need to come and do 5-MeO DMT with us, which is like a strong one, right? And so I was like, this happened in year 1, and I would go like to the sessions like 2-3 times a year.
Why doesn't God exist though? Why are you doing this? And asked you why God doesn't exist, not your fucking life story.
Whoa.
Well, because it's coming.
Just give the reason. No one cares about your drug use.
Jorge, don't get offended. Please don't get offended. I'm glad you're here.
Everyone was thinking it.
Yeah, Fritchie's just saying.
Just fast forward. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
I went to basically. I went to.
Or you'll have my wrath.
Say it.
Just let him go. Let him go.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead, Jorge.
Basically, I went to the mountaintop, let's put it that way.
Mm.
And I
There was
saw
no God.
There was no God.
Okay.
And then all my friends, when I woke up, when I went from the trip, my first word was, because I was shocked to see the people, was Jesus. And they were like, you see?
Yeah.
And they were like, you see? That's.
And you're like, no.
So, anyways, that would be like the most personal experience that
Okay.
I've had with that.
Without
rationality, without logic, without ethical problems.
Right. You had the non-inferential experience of a non-God.
Correct.
And then we have like
What did they say?
Yo, it's a guy.
Did they say days ago?
Zeletti, I'm doing it. It's an instance of what Zeletti was talking about.
I know.
It's like you take the mushroom
Yes.
and the universe tells
I
you
was
to
thinking
go.
that.
No, I know, but the funny part is that we also have Philip Goff going around saying he just did 5 MEO-DMT and he had like a powerful experience that God totally exists and like panpsychism is true.
Oh boy. So, Jorge, do you think that really is going to happen? Do you think it's veridical, let's say, or do you think it's likely true that you had the experience of non-God and that people should really put some emphasis
Experience
on
of
that?
non-God.
Yeah, I mean, is that, like, do you think that that's like does that sound...
transcendent experience.
Yeah, of the non-existence of God.
Everything is material and there's nothing
Right. Do you find that to be a little bit, like a horse pill, like a little bit of a hard pill to swallow?
No. I mean, it's interesting because now the responsibility is all on me. Right? Like I need to figure out what's good. I need to figure out.
Oh well, we meant the responsibility to defend your claim, but
Jorge, if someone came to you and said, I took drugs and saw God, you would not think that was a good reason to believe God existed, would you?
No, but he's saying he took drugs and then he saw not God.
But the not God.
And I'm just saying that's not a good reason either.
Yeah, but the not God experience trumps the God experience.
Alright, we're just leaving. Okay.
Okay. I know.
Yes, of course I'm leaving. Of course I agree with you.
I'm trying to engage you.
Maybe doesn't think specifically unable to. Hades, unable to detect these things. Despite being British, her sarcasm detected.
I'm irritated that you're memeing, so why don't you be
We're not going to meme anymore.
You said that outright, then it.
Shut up, Deepak. Shut up, Deepak. Frenchie, can you mute Deepak and send it down? There's no such thing as mute.
Shut up.
Okay. So, yeah, Jorge, here's the concern, yeah, exactly. So, Jorge, look, so you come up.
Right, by the way.
You come up.
Well, then do better.
Yeah, but Jorge, you come up.
We gotta visit you just because you did drugs.
Well, yeah, but the thing is,
I don't get it. It's like God is visiting you right now. You're like, but if I hit you,
I don't like your dialectical norm. I don't like the dialectical norms that you're not abiding by right now, Sully. So the fact that you aren't, so I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you. Okay, I just want to say this. You are cramming a lot into the statement that you made. I went to the mountaintop. You're cramming a lot into that. Okay,
I missed fucking Clubhouse. I just realized.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It is.
All the fucking different beliefs.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is great. No. I'm very thankful the app came out. I would miss it if it wasn't that I was on it most of the time. Anyway, but here's the thing, Jorge. I'm just wondering. So when you say that you went to the quote mountaintop unquote and saw that there was quote no God unquote something like that, right? Yeah. Well, that doesn't seem like that should have any kind of weight for anybody else. Like I believe.
Does that have any weight for you?
Yeah, well, exactly. That probably too, but I mean, he's the leading one.
Think like you fucking did drugs and like
actually perceive the truth of the metaphysical truth of the world. Yeah.
Like, what kind of nonsense is that? Like,
I mean, it is a little bit wild, Jorge. Do you think that there's something in man that you can activate certain aspects of your psychology or, some kind of your neurology or neurobiology or whatever it is?
Something a latent Christian would say.
Yeah. But did you,
It's more like in these spaces. Let's put it this way. I was the only one that was an atheist, right? Like and I was not always an atheist, right? Like I believed in God before the psychedelics, and within the psychedelics, I realized and philosophy too. It was both. It was both philosophy and psychedelics.
Okay, well, I don't know what it doesn't seem like the psychedelics is doing much work, right? Because like, were to do any work, we'd have to entertain this like very silly notion that somehow like doing psychedelics like reveals to you the truth of like atheism or something. Which like, why would anybody think that? It's just bizarre. So maybe you should lean more on the philosophical reasons instead of the psychedelics reasons.
I mean, it's a very intense experience, and most people say an experience and say and I should say also like in the beginning of the journeys I did believe I did think that it was like, wow.
Okay.
And I was one. Became one and so on. But then I started to realize that those were just hallucinations, and that I wasn't really. It was just me talking or whatever, or like my subconscious, some sort of. I was able to explain it and the visions and everything I saw with evolution and philosophy and patterns, fractals, all of that, math basically.
Okay. Do you think there's something? Why would you think that since you didn't experience God, that therefore there is no God? Do you think that God should have revealed Himself while you were on these, drugs, ayahuasca or whatever it is?
No, it's more like I asked the question. So I asked. Well, first of all, it's not only like, are you there? Hello, right? It's more like, what do I do? Like, what is? It's more like, if it's true, then all I have to do to be good is to follow what God wants me.
Yeah.
Then it will be helpful to just get
to know what that is.
Right. So I asked the question, give me a sign, basically, and there was no sign.
Yeah, but you could do that at any time, so why is it any different that you did it when you were on drugs?
Yeah, do you think that gives you more, like, epistemic access to God, or that God will be more likely to respond to you because you're on drugs? I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the drugs does nothing, dude. Like, it just makes you feel funny, and then, like, oh, because I feel funny, I must be, like, tapping into some truth of the universe.
Right,
You're just, all that's happening is some chemicals in your brain are going burr. It's not telling you anything profound.
Right, because you could have all these latent, like, beliefs or not, necessarily beliefs, but, like, ideas that have been floating around your head, and some of those can become very real to you while you're on hallucinogens. I haven't been on hallucinogens, I know.
So
oh my gosh.
Wait, Andrew has done hallucinogens? You just missed what Andrew had.
I just feel that what he's trying to say is that he had these beliefs in God, and then when he was having experiences, he saw the ways in which they were illusions, that he had reasons to believe in God, that he realized upon these drug experiences that they were, he saw through the illusions.
That's not what he said, though. That would be some other reasons, though.
You were failing to steal, man. That was.
What does that have anything to do?
God doesn't exist, Sam.
If he believed in God for bad reasons and then saw through those reasons, he then
has
lost the reasons to.
Then he would just be an agnostic.
Right? Doesn't establish that God doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, it makes him no longer believe in God.
That's not what he said, though.
Yes, God doesn't exist. Like, I thought you were marrying a Russian woman. Why are you fucking, like, goosing up to this random guy?
He's not random.
I'm not sure what that means.
Well, you got the joke in there, Piper, so.
Yes, there you go.
Wait, what about the
Sam, what are
So just mute Sully, please.
What is Sam even saying, though? Because it makes
Sam doesn't know what he's saying. Sam thinks we're being uncharitable.
We're fucking retarded. We are in something. If you believe, let's just make it. You believe that unicorns exist for bad reasons.
Yeah.
And you realize
establishing unicorns don't
you
exist.
realize that they're bad reasons.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
establishing unicorns don't exist.
In unicorns exist.
Doesn't mean that. I asked him, beef. The whole foundation of this, the whole core, right? Give me the reason that you believe God does not exist. God does not exist because, you remember that?
Yeah.
Right? And now we're in this whole thing about how he took hallucinogens, saw the mountaintop, and there was no God, right? And I'm saying that no, that's not really good. It certainly shouldn't give anybody else any reason. And you probably should not. I agree with Piper. It's pretty bad, right? You shouldn't base your belief on that, like about God's existence. And so I'm just like, now you want to come in and act like we're being uncharitable and say, well, you're not steel manning him. I mean, dude, his reasons for believing in God dissipated, so therefore no God. Like, what is going on right now, bro?
Turn around about accepting religious experience.
He was literally giving an account of why he does not believe anymore. And then if he
That's
goes,
not what
I
we
used
asked
to
him
believe,
for.
and then I saw, yeah, okay, fine. He answered a different, adjacent question to the
Don't you think that matters? Don't you think that matters? Don't you think that matters? Don't you think that matters, BP? Answer the question you're asked on that and not a question you weren't asked. Don't you think it matters? I love you, BP.
It's pretty reasonable if someone goes, why don't you believe in God?
What are you doing
Give
right
them
now?
a personal account.
What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
I'm trying to, okay,
I'm gonna turn into an eagle.
Guys, that you would face my wrath if you were me to Jorge. And you just steal man what he's trying to say.
And is your wrath just like toxic charitability? Is that what your wrath is?
Yeah, because you don't want him to think it's
That's not the question they asked him. They didn't ask him, why don't you believe in
Oh God, he asked a slightly adjacent question. Oh no.
slightly adjacent.
It's a different question entirely.
Yes, and what's meaningful for the dialectic, right? I mean, is that he like doesn't just say, oh, you know, I mean, he can do the agnostic thing. That's fine, but that's not real. Right? I mean, I'm asking him, what are the reasons to believe there is no God? I mean, I happen to disagree with him, BP, so I'm trying to see where he's at here, right? There's a little smoke. What's going on?
Yeah, Sam, stop trolling Andrew. You know that the guy
I'm not in any way trolling. So
yes, you fucking are.
He gave it. No. So he gave you the usable thing. You guys debated that for a while. Then he was asked, why don't you believe in God? And then instead of, he gave you a personal explanation rather than a, like, I don't know, a philosophical argument. Now you go, okay, I don't want that. Now we can continue the conversation and say, okay, Jorge, what's a philosophical argument other than the youth forum one mentioned for why you don't believe in God? And we can just continue the
No, I
conversation
can ask
rather
this.
than freaking out.
I hear what you, BP. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out. It's more like this. How does your experience show you that there is no God?
Yeah, the point with his argument with Doug.
Yeah, how do you experience no God? That's what I want to understand.
Like Sam, the theist hypothesis doesn't predict that, like, if I take ayahuasca, that, like, Yahweh will talk to me. So how is that evidence that Yahweh's not real? That, you know, I did ayahuasca and he wouldn't talk to me.
No, I'm
I think that a lot of people do
Sam,
for something.
Sam, let me help you with this
He is in fact like a conduit to the divine. So it's not like you can't just a priori. I mean, it is a possible hypothesis.
Let's converse him. Let's converse him a little bit. Let's converse him.
But I said that. Sam, I said that.
It could be a conduit. You can just ignore that for a second and just say he was just telling you that he saw through the illusions.
Well, we appreciate that, but that's not what I asked him.
It's not working, James. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and simple a little bit.
I'll simplify this.
Okay,
so the thing is like there's an expectation generated, right, based on all these experiences that he's supposedly going to have one, right? And he goes up there and he doesn't have one, right? So it disconfirmed the hypothesis that if he were to do this, that he would have this experience, right? Evidence.
Which is not what we asked him about.
But I mean, the point is that just there's no reason that expectation, if there is any, is an exceptionally weak one. Right? It's like saying, "Oh, I believe in God," and then I generated some reason I predicted that like if God exists, then I raise my hand like God will show me.
Yes. Or if God exists, He will speak to me.
Look, if leprechauns exist, then I would expect them to live and lie and look at the sun.
Yes.
There are no leprechauns.
No. If God exists, He will speak to me while I'm on the toilet and only while I'm on the toilet. And if He doesn't,
told him that
God does not exist.
Squeeze it out and dug it.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to go that far.
This isn't his only example.
Okay, alright, let's give Jorge another chance.
Do you guys really think that the leprechaun hand raising thing is anyway equivalent to you took psychedelics and you had some expectation that you would have some conduit?
I mean, a little bit, yes.
Yeah, but then you had a misunderstanding. Because Sam, the point is that I tried to phrase it like this: the theistic hypothesis isn't the thing that generates an ecstasy.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
I said it was
okay,
good.
thanks, Andrew. You're supposed
I
to
agree with you, you little fish.
I don't care if you're agreeing with me.
I'm going to mute you. Hold on.
Calm down, Andrew. But, okay, so, like, the theistic hypothesis isn't the thing generating the expectation that, like, if I take ayahuasca and ask God to talk to me, you know, I should expect a response.
We
like,
understand that. This is like the
you might have some You might have some other like mistaken belief that would happen, right? But like if you,
that's not what he was saying. I think he just took it as though like you were asking him like, why doesn't he believe?
That was not what we were
Okay,
asking him.
well he misunderstood.
Can somebody sing
That's
the?
why you were criticizing him.
Yeah.
Actually, I
trolling
could've
Matt
sworn-
Fauci.
Yes, I am.
Your life is not to work, and please, your life is not a means for profit. That is what we.
When we get this replay back, I'm pretty sure
You
if
can
we
read a
look back,
book.
Andrew or somebody asked him, why didn't he?
Hello?
No.
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
Read a book.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Change anything.
Everybody be quiet. Look, Andrew specifically did the God
From our-
because.
Oh, but then there was another point.
I think Converse is right about that.
Why does that even change the fucking? Why does that change anything? It's still not a good reason.
Well, maybe, but then the critique is just that like he was like, you know, he was irrational, right? It's not that this is not an.
It's not that he's not
Oh
disagreeing.
my God! Oh,
Remember, it started off with the very long version of the story that he wanted to cut short, right? So he's like, oh, I haven't cut.
Can somebody mute Sully? He's cutting out. Okay.
No, if you're cutting him off, why do we need to mute him? I'm good.
Well, just mute him anyway. Just
Yeah. It's something I'm about to mute you, even though your mic is already muted. Okay, shoot.
Structural, bro. Why didn't he, like, that was his, like, experience.
Baskets for that?
I think Andrew did, though, actually.
Okay, well, look. If that happened to Deepak and Converse, I understand what you're saying. You're saying like he's saying the reason he doesn't believe.
This is like the final.
That's not the
straw
same.
for him.
He's saying I don't believe because I had this action and it wasn't met, therefore I don't believe. And I thought, okay, fine. And his expectations were critiquing that, and that's what Deepak's saying. It was that.
Yeah.
Right. I get what you're saying.
I mean, I do think it is pretty stupid to be like, if God exists, then that must be, I must be able to contact him by doing something.
Just critique that. But what they're trying to say, what these little simps are trying.
Since race
The way you were telling the story, it sounded
can't
like
be a factor in.
you wouldn't disagree either, right? He's just telling me this is how I came, and then later, like I learned some.
Yeah, no. I mean, all of the critiques are absolutely
Oh,
valid. I was dying laughing.
The sex also.
We called it. Jorge, join the house, brother. I like you. There's a banner right above that says "Join God Talk." We haven't made a room in there in a while, but I hope you do come and hang out more. I like your attitude. So that being said, yeah. Not to mention you're like a superstar, so maybe you can like get us in with like some big people. You know, like I don't know, like Donald Trump or something like that. That'd be cool. Okay,
that was fucking racist, Andrew.
How's that racist? I'm not saying what I say.
You said that because it means for it.
Okay, but also, so that the two charges are true. That my reason to not believe is just is nonsensical. It's like it's just.
Through structural barriers, sometimes is Chicago not spending enough on LGBTQ grants? Since race can't be a factor in taxation, the sex also not protected and overridden by the individual?
It's because you were asking me the question right after I took a hit. I just like literally just smoked marijuana. And so I was stoned, and I went into a spiritual fucking monologue.
I love the honesty, brother. I love the honesty, brother.
Look, man, some of us can take a hit and not do that.
Yeah, but I'm not sorry, bro. Like, if you ask me,
Converse wants to defend you because he's simping hard right now. Go ahead, Converse.
Jorge, you're I just looked at your profile. You're a Timothy Williamson fan.
He made a movie with
yes,
him.
I am.
That's a good man.
Yeah.
Wait, Timothy Williamson, like from Knowledge and Its Limits.
And moral logic as metaphysics.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
Fish you, Converse. Yeah, he is good. I like him.
Next thing you know, he'll be like a knowledge first epistemologist.
I like it. Look at this.
Jorge, I can tell Jorge knew at least some of this stuff when we were having that earlier conversation.
Knowledge first, epistemology. That's why he believes God doesn't exist.
I like this guy.
No. Knowledge just means.
Oh, I don't know.
You know something only if it's true.
Oh, is that the KK principle?
well.
That's actually not what knowledge first is.
More about the KK.
Deepak,
Most people agree that you can only know things that are true.
No. I didn't say. It's very specific.
If you know something, then it's true.
No.
That's what you just.
No. I said, you know something only if it's true.
Sorry. Is that a biconditional?
No, it's not a biconditional. That's exactly right.
No, it's pretty straight. It's quite straight.
So you're saying if you know something, then it's true.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody agrees.
No. You know something only if it's true. Come on, so
okay,
it's straight.
But the point is that it's either if and only if, or it's what I said, or it's if it's true, then you know.
You know something only if it's true. Oh my God.
If and only if is a biconditional.
Jorge, listen, Sully's a smooth brain. Jorge, repeat it again, brother. Repeat it again. Yeah.
I know what a biconditional is, Sully. I did not use a biconditional on purpose because it's not a biconditional.
What is it? What is the form of the thing you're saying? Because I don't even understand.
It's an arrow. What is the formula like if I write the arrow?
A material conditional.
It's just it's a conditional that goes backwards. Actually, you know what? As a matter of fact, good point. I asked this to Williamson because I didn't. It's interesting, this fucking book that I did the movie about. Like I thought I understood.
Sorry, friend, I did not.
I kept learning about it, especially, and this was one of the lessons that I got. That the biconditional goes both ways, and the other one goes one way, and this one does not have a fucking name.
Which way does this one go?
Backwards.
What to what? No, but the arrow is pointing from one thing to the other thing, so it doesn't matter if it's backwards.
Yeah, hold on. From truth to knowledge.
So if something is true, then you know it? That's crazy.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
You keep changing what I say. You don't understand.
He's a smooth brain. All right, repeat it one more time.
I think he got that last part wrong, but like what he said earlier was perfectly fine. It was just like, he just said like if you know it's true.
Yeah, but if you know it is true is trivial, and that's not specific to knowledge first.
If it's true.
You're not getting it. Okay. Let's take a step back. Okay. Why did first knowledge first epistemology come about? You guys remember the Kitover problem, right?
Yeah, I know. I know what it is.
Greg, how much in grants in Chicago and Illinois spent taxpayer dollars
Yeah,
on
the Kitover problem
LGBTQ
is like how many
consultants and
bricks does it
therapists?
take to call it a wall, and how many pieces of sand is it? No. Okay, thank you.
That's true. Alright, so let's
Repeat it again, Jorge. Oh, you want to set some more conversation? I'm trying to let Jorge go. Jorge, go. I know you're getting interrupted once, so go ahead.
Let me illustrate with an example.
Use crayons. Use crayons for Sully. Yeah, use crayons and go ahead.
So the medievals did not know that the Earth was flat. They thought.
Right. Well, it goes back further than that, but they didn't know it because it's false, right?
Correct.
Right. But that's not unique to knowledge first, is what I'm saying. That's something almost everybody agrees with.
No, it is unique to knowledge. Okay.
Truth being one of the conditions of knowledge is something that almost everybody accepts.
No, because the Kitover problem proves it wrong. Like, it's true, but you didn't
What?
Oh my God. Kitover
Is this
shows
sexist?
that JTB is insufficient.
Or is this just
not that truth isn't necessary.
No. What the Kitover problem shows is that if I look at the clock and the clock says 2, but it only...
Dude, I know what the fucking Kitover problem is. I know what it is.
Well, then I don't understand why this is not coming through then.
It's supposed to be a counter... Oh my God, Andrew.
It's a counter example to the fact that something can be true, and it's 2 o'clock, and you do not know it.
No, that's not what it was.
That is what it is.
How much in grants in Chicago and Illinois spent on
There's an
LGBT?
older definition of knowledge, right? Which
Yes,
is
JTB, I understand.
justified through belief, right? And Gettier is trying to say, here's an example of a JTB that doesn't count as knowledge.
Correct.
which is what I'm saying.
No, but what I'm saying is that almost everybody still agrees that if you know something, then it's true, right? Knowledge first is about saying that knowledge is like primitive, right? That it doesn't have an analysis. Oh my gosh, so fucking silly.
It's very fundamental, yes, not primitive. Fundamental.
Well, when I say primitive, I mean semantically irreducible. That's what I mean by primitive.
Yes, but it is the same thing. Okay, so let me so if you know it, it's not that if you know it then it's true. It's if it's know it only if it's true. So let's put the Gettier problem, okay? If the Gettier problem in JTB, it proves that something can be true, but you didn't know it because your justification was wrong. Oh, it says it. Yeah, but like the fucking clock stopped last week or whatever, right? So your justification is wrong, but it is true. It's true, but you did not know it.
I know that. That's not what knowledge first doesn't swoop into the Gettier case and say, actually, you do know it.
Let me say one thing, okay? So what he's trying to point out with the reverse error thing is that, traditionally you'll say justified true belief, it arrows knowledge, okay?
No, I understand.
Yeah, knowledge. Yeah, okay. So
the idea is that knowledge isn't reducible to a set of conditions that includes truth, but it still entails truth.
Right. Knowledge is assumed in all these things you need to explain basically.
Yeah, but I don't understand myself.
No, he's right. Look, all your problems aside, none of the resolutions, as far as I'm aware, none of the resolutions of Gettier problems, right, discard truth as a necessary condition, right? No one's going to say that, oh yeah, you can know things, if they're not true. At least accounts that start with JTB and then acknowledge Gettier as a challenge to it, right, aren't going to be what?
This isn't saying that true belief, justified true belief, stuff is a prerequisite for knowledge. It's saying knowledge is a prerequisite for those things. Something like that.
Not
it's
really.
Reverse. I'm saying it's reversing the order though.
It's saying you can't. It's saying
knowledge is first.
The idea, Deepak, is you can't reduce what it means to know something to a set of other conditions, even including truth. You can't even reduce it to truth plus some other shit, right? But it still entails, if you know it, it still entails that it's true, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's true.
So that's what they're trying to. But that conditional is true in all these accounts. But the difference is that a lot of other accounts think that knowledge is semantically reducible to a set of other conditions that include truth, whereas knowledge first is saying you can't do that, but you can still affirm that it entails truth.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so just stop all this. And for some reason, Jorge, you're talking about it going both ways, and Sully's quite happy with that. And I don't understand why he's not getting this.
It doesn't go both ways.
Nobody thinks so.
Okay.
Nobody thinks it goes both ways, because then it would just be if something is true, then you know it.
Right. Jorge, is Sully misunderstanding you, or does he understand what you're saying?
No, I don't think he.
I don't think he does.
You're still. You obviously know all of the concepts, but there's still a gap.
Yeah.
But it's also, it will click in a second.
Yeah, they're all jumbled in his head. It's like that game Boggle.
What's the gap, dude? Tell me what's that taking.
Yeah, the gaps in your understanding.
I've been trying to sharpen my left to defend you. I don't know what you are saying.
Thank you, by the way. But sweet.
I think most people think that the things need to be true for you to have knowledge, and you're saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. So what else could you be saying besides that you need?
And look, belief is a part of the three, justified true belief. Take for example, belief. Belief is going to be belief can be true or false, right? So he wants to say knowledge is inherently connected to truth.
Correct.
And so it's more fundamental. So
that is exactly right.
Knowledge is not merely belief plus other ingredients, something like that,
That's right.
No, knowledge is a distinctive, kind of mental state, something to that effect, where it's so connected to truth that you have to have knowledge first, right? And then you explain evidence and all those things. See, because if you say something like, "Oh, I know if you know what time your flight is tomorrow, right?" Then you don't have to have all these you can plan on it. Let's say you can rationally plan on those facts, right? But if you merely have some kind of on a get your case, right, you're gonna have key true belief or something like that, or not even to get your case. Just if you don't have knowledge, first, you're gonna have some kind of lucky true belief basically about your flight leaving at a certain time. See, it's because of how it's intimately connected to truth.
That's exactly right.
And there's also a knowledge first account of justification, which is really interesting as well.
Yeah, so basically it's a mental state, which is why it's the same thing, and this is the concept that was with the gap, right? You were saying but it's not the same because that's not first epistemology. First epistemology of knowledge epistemology, sorry, it's about the knowledge is primitive. Yeah, it's fundamental, right? So the fundamental is you know something only if it's true. So the medievals did not know that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, but everybody agrees with that. That's the point. Even the JTB people agree with that.
No, that's not. Well, no, because
yes,
JTB,
the JTB people agree that they didn't know the Earth was flat because it's false.
True belief.
It's belief. It says knowledge is a subset of belief, right?
Under JTB it is, but on knowledge first, I guess they want to say it's sui generis, right?
Alright, so he's saying that, that's why he's saying these aren't going to be the same now.
No, I agree. It's not the same analysis. The point that we keep coming back to is that this idea that the people who thought the Earth was flat didn't know it. That's something that almost everybody agrees with.
No, but the point is that the whole point is that there's belief and there's knowledge, and those are distinct. So they did not know because they only believed something. They believed something.
Yeah, but
that's
my point is this is not unique to knowledge first. There are certain things that are unique to knowledge first, and there's other things that are not unique to knowledge first.
I understand, but so one thing is where knowledge being fake knowledge and not knowledge, or not real knowledge, and the other thing is the get your problem.
Fake knowledge isn't knowledge.
Right.
Look, I don't want to say it's just your justified true belief is going to be a lucky belief.
Correct.
To be lucky knowledge almost.
It can be in a Gettier case. It can be in a Gettier.
Well, that's the point. So it's both. So one answers the truth entailment, and the other one the JTB answers the what
So knowledge is going to be
I know that belief or something. I know that the knowledge first people are rejecting JTB tripartite analysis because they're saying that knowledge is unanalyzable and primitive and fundamental, if you like. It can't be reduced semantically. Okay, and it's a sui generis mental state. Okay, fine. Right? That's all different from what other people are saying. But then if you just say yeah, that's why when people believe false things, they don't know them. Right? Almost everybody agrees with it.
If I give you mods, Jorge, will you just mute Sully randomly? Okay, go ahead.
If you're a small content creator, use the.
It's not about. Say that again. What did you believe about the knowledge first? What is the? How do you?
It was gibberish. Go ahead and say it again.
It's primitive, unanalyzable, sui generis. Those are all things that the.
But why? Why is that? But why is that you think that this is the case?
Isn't that I think that's what they're saying?
Yeah. It's true that the idea is that knowledge is not like H2O that you can break it into hydrogen and so on. So that you can break.
Right, but semantically, it's I could say, a bachelor is it's man and unmarried. So I can break it into pieces. They're saying you can't do that. It's okay, fine.
Chicago's
And that's why they have to add. That's why they have to add separately that it tells
for Chicago in this one takes
It's not semantics. It's not semantics. So.
You can't
Chicago lets hang out LGBT grants. Since race can't be a factor in taxation, is sex also not protected or written by the individual?
Same way that water will be broken down into PhD.
Yes, I agree. The GCB account says that you can semantically reduce knowledge into the tripartite.
It's not semantic. It's not semantically. Why do you keep saying semantically?
Because it is a semantic reduction. That's where reduction is being done there. You
Let's
say
10 foot and
knowledge
Georgia
means
next caster and work related to this
it's in
versus
semantic analysis of knowledge. You're breaking down the meaning of knowledge, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So you're saying I see what you're saying. So you're saying that the knowledge first people say that knowledge you cannot break it down semantically. Like,
right.
Why do you think that is? Or why do you think that they can?
You mean like what's their motivation? Like I'm happy to say that they're motivated by things like the failure of JTB, right?
Right. Yeah.
In light of the game.
Like what you in the primaries you can't vote for that. You won't get that ballot. So it's a problem. I think would you say Maine, Big M?
Yeah,
A lot of yeah, I think it's a problem in many states where you should be allowed, even if you register Democrat, you should be allowed to register not register, vote as a Republican. But I can see where people where they think that people might do that to try to sway the primary vote, then go back and then try to get a candidate that they want to go against.
Right.
So I see both sides.
Like my ballot, which had rank choice, it allowed me to rank all primary Senate candidates, no matter the party. So maybe ranked choice voting would be, if we nationalized it, that would be the solution. But we know that that's never going to happen, especially in the South. Is it fair to say that Georgia is like among like voter suppression tactics, like the worst offender? Because it's starting to feel that way.
Being the election worker, for the record, yeah, I would say that. I would.
But and again, from my understanding, Georgia has had a record number of turnout the last several elections. How do we kind of compare the two?
Okay, I would have to.
So what clarification, Omari, I was just looking it up because I wasn't sure. It's the primary in California. It's only the primary that if you're a registered Democrat, you can vote for a Republican in the primaries.
What about the general? You can't, right?
Yeah, I think the general, you cannot, correct.
Okay.
It's confusing.
Yes. Well, what did you want? What did you? Couldn't we see not home yet? I don't know if you wanted to start off with maybe a clip. Did you want to start off with maybe the election thing? I mean, with the 15-point plan, the deal.
I want to start off with the 15-point plan. It's going to lead to all the stuff that we didn't get a chance to play yesterday in the election. Good Lord. Had to do with the deal. I think I'm in the matrix over here, though.
Yeah, I think I've been in a matrix too. Does anyone have again, I want to play a neutral clip. Has anyone heard any news, any particular newscasters today talk about the 15-point?
Yeah, I think I got a clip that kind of summarizes. It's kind of boring though, because it's more from a business standpoint, but if you guys, it talks about kind of the financial aspects of it.
Yeah, but I mean, does it go one through, like, does it talk about it? And
they focus more on the economic compensation to eat on.
Okay. Let's see, because that's really what we're talking about is the 300 million, the 95 million, whatever, the billion, 300 billion. So.
All right, the source of business week. I'm talking about the deal. Right here.
Right. Nick, what did you and the team find in this memoranda of understanding?
Well, what we sort of see for the first time, I mean, we'd seen a lot of broad contours around this deal, but package at once. And what you see here is something that isn't quite what the Trump administration has been messaging over the past several days. So there are immediate financial incentives that Iran gets once it signs this memorandum of understanding, and that's expected to happen on June 19th. And chiefly where that comes is the U.S. lifts all of its waivers on the sale of Russian oil, so they can basically have full access to the market to sell oil that is such a crucial part of their economy. And then from there, it's a whole series of other steps of financial incentives where sanctions will be released eventually. You would have Iran would get access to its frozen funds that are locked in overseas accounts, and also very crucially, you would see a broad sort of re-welcoming of Iran into the global economic community. So there's this also a $300 billion development fund where the U.S. would sort of help oversee that. So in a lot of ways, what the U.S. gets in response is essentially, okay, a commitment from Iran not to pursue a nuclear weapon, but it's something that will further stoke concerns from a lot of Trump's Republican allies who essentially have expressed a concern that this amounts to a financial giveaway to Iran.
Yeah, and the president has been so critical of the JCPOA, Nick, for many years. And then I'm wondering, the financial element of this aside, the nuclear part of this and the uranium enrichment part of this, how is that different than the DOA that came into being during the Obama administration?
Right. So, I mean, what President Trump is essentially trying to do here is argue that the JCPOA put time limits on Iran's ability to enrich nuclear material and put various constraints on its program, but didn't ultimately prevent it permanently. So there were certain limits on Iran's enrichment capacity, for example, that came off after a certain number of years. So what he's looking to do is essentially put a permanent stop on that ability. But this memorandum of understanding is not the place happens. So as the memorandum makes clear, it starts the clock ticking on a 60-day process for bigger negotiations that would address a lot of those details. But, the devil is really in the details there. And, it should be fair to the Trump administration. They argue that Iran will not get a lot of these financial incentives until it meets a lot of those benchmarks that the U.S. will put forward. The challenge there, of course, is that none of those agreements have been settled yet. There's no indication that Iran will commit to what the U.S. wants, but in the meantime, it is getting access again to the oil market, which will be a huge financial boon. I mean,
This ain't nothing.